Welcome to Module 2 for our study in Creation Theology in the Bible. We're at the website here, and I want you to take you down here to Module 2, Creation Theology in the Context of the Old Testament Theology. Number 2, Character and Core Values of God, Mercy, Justice, and Righteousness. Now, to organize our thinking this week, here's going down to the discussion module here, and let me read this first paragraph here. The Old Testament makes some huge promises that are based on what could be interpreted as narrow commitments to a small portion of Earth's inhabitants, the people of God. We call these promises aspects of salvation theology, and they're beautiful and they're wonderful for the people of faith. This week in specific, we looked at texts that focus on Zion theology and holy war theology. In the former, your attention was drawn to Zion, the dwelling place of God among humankind. It's a place filled with the glory of God's presence and the showpiece of humans living in harmony with the character and core values of God. In holy war theology, our attention is drawn to God's provision to protect the people of God, both in the near term and in the long term. All this might seem like a narrow set of ideas focused on the benefit of only a few. And yet, in both of these texts, both of these theologies, stand in relationship to creation theology. In Psalm 24, it's not Zion that's put on the board first. It's all of creation, and it all belongs to God. Likewise, even in the heat of battle, creation cannot be consumed and used up just for the victory of the moment. So with that as kind of background, and with the text that you're going to look at in Psalm 24 and in the other one here, this is the question I'm going to want us to get into. How does creation theology in these texts provide a check and a balance against taking Zion theology too far, or taking holy war theology too far? So that's the question for this module, and we're going to sort of organize our thinking around that question. So in preparation for that, I'm going to ask you to look at these two videos introducing you to Psalm 24 and Deuteronomy 20. That's the other text. And then do the inductive studies. And this is our second week where we're trying to do inductive studies and still figuring out how to upload everything and how to actually execute a good inductive study. And so limit yourself to an hour there. Don't spend 3 or 4 hours, but you focus your attention, your work, in doing systematic and thorough observations, and begin to listen to and get into the text. So you spend 2 hours of your time working with those texts, watch these movies, and then do the text. And then there's an article here for you to read by the guy by the name of Paul House, Creation in Old Testament Theology. And then continue in your preparation for the face-to-face exam. You did some of that work last week. You'll continue that work, making use of this theological argumentation in the Old Testament. So by the time you get to Friday, you'll do the reading report, you'll upload the inductive studies to the Dropbox, and then we'll start into our discussion. So you should be able to find everything here that you need. And this week we have Memorial Day next Monday, and so we're going to plan our module in such a way that you should be able to take that day off. So we're going to do our initial post by Saturday at noon. We're going to comment Saturday through Sunday. Final post is usually on Monday, but this week we're going to end it on Sunday. So let's get into our discussion and execute it and get it done by Sunday night, and that way we can all actually take a break then on Memorial Day next week. Best to you, and I'll see you in cyberspace.